Do you need to quit playing video games, card games, computer games? Maybe, maybe not. If you didn't know, I was a professional gamer. I was a world-class Magic the Gathering player, at times ranked in the top 10, often ranked in the top 100, but I don't play any games at all anymore. Why is that? What did I learn? What did I get from it? Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. So I'm not coming from a perspective of someone who doesn't get it. I'm coming from a unique perspective of I spent a lot of my life gaming and experienced a lot of wonderful outcomes from it, where the game as a professional player took me all around the world. I got to play the game, see the world. I've been to 13 countries, 14 countries. I've been across Europe. And this is all from the game. I've been to Canada, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Japan, I've been to Hawaii. The game took me to Hawaii, and the game gave me a cool job that I could do from anywhere, and it helped me create a cool business where I was coaching people. And shout out to the wind. Through the traveling, I was able to meet hundreds, thousands of people and shake their hands from all over the world. From Africa, from Russia, from China, from South America, and have cherished memories for the rest of my life. I also learned quite a bit, just having better arithmetic, but having better strategy, understanding sequencing, understanding probability and statistics, understanding how to make the most of a bad situation, understanding how to downplay a negative situation, understanding how to manage risk of the unknown. The things that I learned have helped me quite a bit in life and making the moves in life. So it's been very good for me. However, what I want to share for you though is that my results are atypical. I'm the exception. While many people learn the things that I learn, what really made it worth it for me is that since it was monetized and it allowed me to travel, it created so much space for me to experiment and do other things, where outside of my job and hobby that I could experiment and to go volunteer and do other things, read so many books, which let me get into farming and get into agriculture, which allowed me to get into a point where, hey, I realized this game of life is more fun to play, and I want to focus on this. There's bigger decisions for me to make. There's more things that I need to study, and slowly got out of gaming altogether, but I play the game of life, which is a hell of a game. Now, I'm sharing that with you because I use my story, I've sold my story to say, hey, games are good, but I'm going to take a different approach here and use my story to tell you that I'm a very lucky exception. I'm lucky in the sense that it's a game of chance, and it's a game of managing chance, which is a good game, but most gamers don't become pro gamers, and most pro gamers don't even get to enjoy the quality of life that I was able to enjoy through it. Most gamers, yes, you may learn that, but it won't allow you to travel. It won't too much. It won't pay your bills, and you're going to have your work in your game, and then that's going to be what it is. Also, games are moving more and more online and more digital and more and more electronic and looking at screens. And this is a big reason why I've quit. I grew up playing a card game, physical card game. You sit down across from someone, you look someone in the eye, and it's a different experience. As in the 2020s now, the games move more digital, especially with COVID. The tournaments don't exist anymore. If not for COVID, I probably would still go to there's a tournament I would have gone to this year. So COVID was the final nail in the coffin for me, because I don't want to play online games. I want to play in-person games. COVID killed that. Done. So I'm making this video because, again, while games have been amazing for me, and I want people to be able to take that, and certain people should play games, you also need to realize that if you look at most people who play games, you look at a lot of the young men who play games, it's just a distraction. It's causing you to chase imaginary points and imaginary experience and imaginary level ups in a way that's not benefiting your life quite as much as maybe other activities could. You know, there's a lot of, if you're not up on your health, if you're not up on your money, if you're not up on your knowledge, like maybe you shouldn't be playing games, maybe you should be reading more, maybe you should be studying more, maybe you should have a side hustle, maybe you could turn your game into sort of a side hustle, but you should be really working on your life. You should really be playing the game of life. If it's not super clear how it's benefiting you 10x, then I don't think you should necessarily be doing it. And I'll also say it depends a lot on the game that you're playing. The game that I was talking about, Magic, a game where you're fundamentally managing uncertainty is a pretty practical game of managing the uncertainties of life, starting business, and investing, and so on. But not every game's the same. If it's just a physical, if it's a low-level strategy game, like maybe it's not worth it. Now, I'm not here to bash on games again. Games have been really wonderful for me, but I got to a point where the game of life deserves my whole attention, right? I'm on some Blue Zone shit. Like, I'd rather go surf or swim in the ocean. I have a mission that matters quite a bit, where we're growing food for families and we're building a new food system. That deserves quite a bit of time and attention. I have there's a YouTube channel to do and the coaching to do. I have books to read. Knowledge. I can't neglect my finances anymore. That takes time. Studying what to do with that. I got animals to feed. I have relationships to nurture. I have a lot of I have so much to do that there's just not, I have to work out. I have to take care of myself. There's piano I want to play. I love the game. It's just not time because these other things have become more important, and that's okay. So my question for you is, where do you stand? Is your game making you a lot of money? Is it letting you travel the world? Is it teaching you amazing things? Or is it just escapism from a shitty life? And I don't mean to, again, obviously I never say that to trigger you or to make fun of you or to hurt you. But escapism, it's better to invest your energy on improving your life. Playing the game of life is what that is learning how the world works, the victory condition. How do you win at life? What is success? What do people say what is it actually? What do the studies say? How are people the happiest? How do you get from where you are with your career to the career that you want, living in the place that you want, in the financial situation you want, with the community that you want, with the partnership that makes sense to you? It's a hard game to play. And it deserves a lot of attention. And if you're not there, escapism from it is not going to necessarily help you get there. Right? It's like it's a far cry from being a pro gamer, traveling, meeting, and getting, like me, that whole thing was, where am I going to live? Like, where's the permanent place I can live? So this is a way that I can sort of travel. What's my real career going to be? What industry do I want to work in? And I'll let me sort of experiment and get there. So it was a tool. It was never meant to be the end goal. It was a tool to get me to where I am now. And now that I'm sort of where I need to be, the tool is no longer necessary, right? So that sort of explained myself, but also I want you to think about it, because I've glorified gaming. People glorify gaming, say it's okay. For some people, it's just a waste of time. Is it just a waste of time for you? Do you need to focus on, maybe you should read some social science, read some economics, read some psychology, read some theory, read some current events, listen to more podcasts, and gaming is just taking time from it. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm not really here to bash on it. For some people, it makes a lot of sense. For some people, it's just a distraction. So how do you feel it is for you? You comment down below. For me, I'm gonna jump in the water and got a coaching call to jump on. Got some money moves to make. Got some food to eat. Got some work to do building this food system. So I'm gonna be busy today, even on my day off. Not a lot of time for games, but I'm playing the big game. So that's all. Love you, appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Look forward to seeing what you say in the comments. Peace.